Colosseum News. Today we have Mr. Gaius Julius Caesar, the most desired man in Rome. Isn't that right, ladies?
Oh, you are too kind.
Enough about that. We want to hear more about your adventurous childhood.
Well, let me start from the beginning. I was born July 12, 100 BCE, to my lovely parents, Gaius and Aurelia. Not only was my father the head of a patrician family, they were also very noble. We are descendants of Iulus, son of the legendary Trojan prince Aeneas, and whom in turn was the godson of Venus.
Wow, that's some family history. We all wish we could be descendants of the gods.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
Please, do continue.
As you know, I grew up in a difficult time. It was political turmoil that ruled my life in the beginning.
Of course, yes.
And to make matters worse, I lost my father abruptly at the age of 16, leaving me the head of the household. I knew I had to do right by my family, so I started out looking for positions that could benefit them, and I decided on priesthood, and such a title isn't easy to gain.
Of course not, but is anything in Rome, really?
No, it isn't. To even hold a position, you had to not only be born to a patrician family, but also be married to one. Unfortunately, I was engaged to a plebeian girl at the time. Zeus bless her soul, a darling girl. But then I found my lovely Cornelia, daughter of a high-profile and influential member of Populares, Lucius Cinna.
Talk about a lengthy title, but she is a looker.
She sure is. After we married, I was somehow nominated as the new high priest of Jupiter. People began to know and appreciate me.
Well, of course. Who couldn't love you?
Oh, you're too kind. I was always loved by everyone. When Emperor Sulla declared himself dictator, he began a systematic purge of his enemies, and particularly those who had the popular ideology. Per gaining my popularity, I was a target to his wretchedness. I did what I could at the time and fled Rome. Luckily, my sentence was lifted through the intercession of my mother's family. Still, I was stripped of my position as priest, and my wife's dowry was confiscated. Left without means of supporting myself or my family, I joined the army.
You had quite the life when you were younger.
And I also understand that you had a run-in with some particularly nasty Sicilian pirates.
Oh yeah! Those not-so-clever pirates. These pirates demanded I pay them 20 talents. For my ransom, I laughed at them, not knowing exactly who I was, so I said I would give them 50. Ha! They're the most murderous of men. But when I lay down to sleep, I would send and order them to stop talking. For 83 days, my royal bodyguards were these pirates.
That's amazing. Weren't you afraid?
Of course not. I would call them to their faces illiterate barbarians and often laughingly threaten to hang them all. The pirates were all delighted at this, though I was merely joking. After my ransom came from Miletus, I was set free and made their money mine. But the men themselves I imprisoned at Pergamum. Those fools. I had the pirates' throats slit before crucifixion.
Wow, quite an exciting start to your life. Well, that's all for today, folks. Join us next week when we hear more about Caesar's military life and rise to power.
What are these boots for? Like,
They're
Recording
Tylos.
deeper.
I know it's recording.
how do you know?
Stop.
I said I don't think it is. Is
Yeah.
it?
So,
Yes, it is.
So why did you start recording now?
Just to practice, okay? You don't have to be so critical.
Well, now she's back. So, well, they're doing research.
Yep.
Pete, don't mess up this time, or else we will leave this time.
is it playing?
Yes, it's playing. Ready?
Okay.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today on Current Colosseum News. Today we have Mr. Gaius Julius Caesar, the most desired man in Rome. Isn't that right, ladies?
You are too kind.
Enough about that. We want to hear more about your adventurous childhood.
Well, let's start from where it began. You started. I couldn't find the page.
Seriously.
That was Dale's fault.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today on Current Colosseum News. Today we have Mr. Gaius Julius Caesar, the most desired man in Rome. Isn't that right, ladies?
Oh, you are too kind.
I'm sorry, Siri went off again.
Yeah, I heard that too. I was waiting for
God
it.
damn
I thought it
it,
was going to be Pete to say something.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Shut up.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today on Current Colosseum News. Today we have Mr. Gaius Julius Caesar, the most desired man in Rome. Isn't that right, ladies?
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh my god.
It's not my fault.
He's making this difficult.
Hurry up.
You're the one who pushed it down.
Don't